it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life. This is day 10 for you guys. I can't believe we're at day 10. I'm going to say this now every day. I can't believe we're getting that close to Christmas. So warning, everybody's home, everybody's being loud. You're going to hear some things in the background, and I want to show you guys the chaos of the desk. So got quite a bit going on here. Like, I'm looking at all the desk stuff through there. I ended up getting Aura Estelle goodies for Black Friday, and I am in love. I'm so excited. This is going to be a haul video coming up in Vlogmas. I think, working on day 17 right now, so it'll be around then for you guys. But look, I put my little sterling ink in this beautiful cover that I got. They had such a good Black Friday sale, and I ordered a couple of Tomoe River paper planners from them. I also ordered plenty of covers, and that'll be a whole haul. I'm super excited about it, so I've got that stuff all over my desk. I also was like taking apart various planner configurations for that haul video, but also just for my own sake, like for planner science. Just for planner science, I was messing around with different sizes. I have B6, A6, and A5 that I'm working with, trying to like come up with little books and lineups. And then to make matters even more complicated, I was messing with coiled planners. I've got some Erin Condren. It's like my elbow noise. That was very bizarre. I was working and messing around with Erin Condren and Moxie Life planners. I've got a little snippet to share with you guys in this video talking about it, but it involves teeny tiny little pictures. So I had a lot of fun printing out some pictures and chopping them down and placing them like in different scenarios, trying to configure like what I'm going to do for this photo a day project that I am planning on doing. I did photo a day just digitally this year, and I've stuck with it. I don't have a whole lot done recently. I like go through spurts where I'll complete a week, and then I'll skip a week, and I'll complete a week, and I'll skip a week, but I have not done any for December yet. I have pictures saved, like I'll go through pictures and mark pictures with hearts so they're favorited, and then I can just look in my favorites and like go stick them in, but they're not in yet. I haven't done the little journaling blurb or anything, but I'm slowly but surely still sort of keeping up with the photo a day. But I thought printed photo a day would be really fun. I'm trying to come up with a system for that. So that was also on my agenda yesterday, is like playing around with this a little bit, still on the desk. And I think that's pretty much it as far as planner stuff goes. Let's grab our day 10 ink vent here. It's gonna be in here. I've got 10 right here, and this one feels a thick boy too. And this one's cute. It's got little happy sugar cookies on the sticker, which I'll show you guys. Look at the little sugar cookies, super cute. Okay, so this is the other set of clips, and these are, they just look like vintage binder clips. Super cute, gold and green again. And I already have this pack, so it's going in the giveaway. I basically wanted two for mostly just the stickers, and there's like one particular thing I'm waiting to get. Stick it in there, so that's for future giveaways. I'm gonna take the sticker off before I forget. I'll stick it down in my book. But there's not a whole lot on the agenda today as far as planners and stuff at home, because it is Nutcracker time, and we are going to leave here in about 2 hours, get like all the dress rehearsal stuff done. I am on the tree committee, so I am decorating all the Christmas trees in the lobby, and there's trees actually in the play as well. So I don't know if we're in charge of the backstage trees, like that'll come out on stage at some point, but we're on the tree committee. There's me and a couple of other crafty girls on the tree committee this year, and I was super excited to be promoted to tree committee lead. So there's 3 of us. I'm gonna just stick this down before I forget, if I can find my tape runner. It's just a mess in here because of all the stuff. There's my tape runner. I just, I hauled a few different things yesterday, playing around in here. I got a lot of stuff done, but it was chaos, pure planner chaos. And Mom's night was great. I'll insert a little picture. People seem to really like my pen gift. And then I got some really cute gifts. I should go grab them, actually. Okay, I grabbed my stuff. Make sure I'm not setting it on wet ink. I already went ahead and ink swatched my ink, which we'll talk about in a second. But I ended up getting a bunch of socks, which are super cute. I think these came from Target because they say Exhilaration. I think that's Target brand. But she gave us so many cute pairs of socks. We got sledding cows. I did have a cat, like a cat hamburger one, which was super cute, but one of my friends, her and my daughter are friends, but she and I are also friends. I really like her. and she loves cats. They've got a few cats and her daughter's obsessed with cats. So one of the other girls and I gave her the cat hamburger once. We're like, here's one for you and one for your daughter. So I don't have the cats one, but I have all the other ones. Like, look how cute, a little snowman on the beach. Hamsters working out, like that's my jam right there. And then this one's my favorite one. Triceratops tacos. I just think it's great. I love decorative socks, and I know Livy's gonna try to steal these from me. Little doggies on the sled. They're super cute. So that was a great favorite. I love fuzzy socks. Saved packaging, which I'll ask you a question about in a minute. And then one of the girls gave Miss Meyer's soap, which I love Miss Meyer's stuff. We use the lemon stuff, and then also during the fall, I use apple cider everything. So apple cider cleaning the counter spray, apple cider soaps, like all of it. And then these ones are the snowdrop scent, which I've never tried before, and it just smells so lovely and wintry. So I can't wait to put these in the guest bathrooms. So we're all festive, and I love Miss Meyer's. The scents are not overpowering, and I am a very sensitive person when it comes to scents of things, like perfumey stuff, anything. I can't handle it because of my migraines, but Miss Meyer's stuff never bothers me at all. So I just love their stuff. And then somebody gave this bag of stuff. This is like nighttime relaxing stuff. So like think Spa Sunday, a nice long soak. It is the Dr. Teal's body wash, and this one is melatonin sleep blend, and then it's also the sleep lotion, melatonin and essential oils. And again, like I've had Dr. Teal's stuff. I use the Epsom salt from Dr. Teal's, and I have like an orange citrus bubble bath from them. Their stuff never really bothers me. So like this smells so good. It smells a little bit like, I was gonna say lavendery, and it says lavender and chamomile. So yeah, it has that, just a little bit of lavender scent. It's not overpowering, and it's totally my jam. Like totally gonna be able to use this for my spa Sundays. So that is what I got, and I'm super happy with my gifts this year. I just had so much fun also just hanging out with the girls. So my question for you guys for today, this is the question of the day. Of course, like if you're doing the giveaway, there'll be questions as bonus things. You can answer those bonus questions, but I wanna know if you guys save wrapping stuff. Like I was gifted the socks in a wrapped box, and I was like, heck yeah, I'm keeping this box. I'm gonna be using it for another gift. And then somebody's like, I'm not gonna keep my box, you can take it. And then it set off this whole discussion with all the ladies of if you save like bags and boxes and that kind of thing. And like it was like I don't know, maybe a half and half. And then some of us even save the tissue paper. So when I'm getting gifts from other people, I will see if the tissue paper is viable. Like this tissue paper looks fine. I will go ahead and unfold it, like uncrinkle it a little bit, and then fold it into like a rectangle. And then I save it. Like that goes in my gift wrap section. So I never buy tissue paper, hardly ever. I never buy bags and boxes, hardly ever. I just buy wrapping paper and tape and labels, and that's about it. And some of the people were like, oh my gosh, you guys save tissue paper? Like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm not, but throwing this out is perfectly good. Like it's gonna get crinkled up the next time I stick it in a gift bag anyway. So I wanna know your take on this. Do you save gift bags? Do you save the gift boxes if they're still good? Do you go as far as saving the tissue paper? And one person had said their grandma even saved wrapping paper. Actually, I think two of the moms said their grandmas even saved wrapping paper. So they're like, hey, try not to rip the wrapping paper, like when they're unwrapping gifts, and they had to save it. So let me know how far you go as far as like saving and reusing gift stuff. I go down to the tissue paper, not to the wrapping paper. Wrapping paper just ends up in the recycle bin or whatever and doesn't get saved. So I want to know your take on that. And then moving into today's swatch, I went ahead and decided to use the duplicate of the brunch date because I want all of the pinky and brownish colors first. And I didn't want this to have to be thrown in near the end. And I just went ahead and used it. So I have it, I think, for like day 1 or 2, and then also again for day 10. So it's kind of close together, but I wanted to get it out of the way and just use it in the right like section of colors. So that is what we are swatching today. And then today's video, of course, has a giveaway. I'm trying to aim for every single day. So far, so good. I have a giveaway at the end of the video, but before we get to that, the main portion of today's video is my first vials of sample inks from a wonderful lady off of the Sterling Ink group. She just reached out to me when I had a question about fountain pens, and I'll explain the whole story, but thank you so much, Sandra. This was my first dive into the ink journey, and I love the colors you picked out, so thank you. I really was so happy to get some samples, and I will definitely have to like pay it forward at some point and do some sample gifts for other people. So I really appreciate that. And this video is me like finally being able to try out the inks, and you're getting the whole journey along the way. And I'm having so much fun, and I'm thinking like changing out the pen ink every day is a lot. I feel like it's a lot to do, but it's fun for this like first thing. Some people do 30 inks in 30 days, and they will like skip days here and there. It'll be like weekdays and then they'll get a break. But refilling my pen every day feels like a lot, but I was thinking like the ink of the week, something like that moving forward, and exploring one ink a week and playing around with it like that at some point, and maybe doing more like 30 inks in 30 days here and there, but not every day. It's not going to be an everyday bro type of thing. So yeah, that's it. So let's hop into the swatch portion of this video, and then we will hop into today's actual video. It's like noise city. Kids are playing basketball outside. My kids are being loud and unruly in here. Grandparents are here. It's just a wild time. But I have this thing I'm trying to work on. I was just going through my Aura Estelle order, and I have this idea that I've been playing around with in my head, and I just wanted to try it out. So I ended up getting a ruler and measuring some boxes in some various planners, because I have been trying to do a photo a day project, but it's all digital. It's digital and the Project Life app. It's going to be printing 12 by 12s in a big giant album. And I love the idea of memory keeping in a planner, because I use planners all the time. I've got plenty of horizontal leaning planners that would work great for this sort of thing. And my idea was having the photo a day come to life in pictures. At first I thought 6 by 6 prints. So I don't have a 6 by 6, or not 6 by 6. I didn't mean 6 by 6, I meant 6 photo picture, but that would not be one a day. So the 6 by 6s would be this size, 2 by 2. And so I was measuring and nothing was fitting 2 by 2. And that also leaves me with one day not having a picture. And so it just occurred to me today, like after I've been toying around with this idea for weeks, like this has been in my head for weeks, just like thinking of it every once in a while, like, oh, I do want to print a photo a day, and I don't want to buy one of those little cheap printers that suck. I want to use my PictureMate that actually works really well. I mean, these are actual photo quality pictures. They're not like thermal paper. They're not cheap old sticker paper. Like this is a legit picture on picture photo paper. This is Epson photo paper with real ink, real pictures. And I thought, okay, if I do 6 of these little photos in 2 by 2s, that gives me 6 photos a day or 6 photos a week, and that's not going to quite work. And it just occurred to me, like in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I can use an 8 photo collage and have one be empty or have an extra photo of the week. And so I tested it out with photos from this week. So we've got making a pattern with Play-Doh shape, a little patio lizard who's Cloudlet's like best buddy. They sunbathe together pretty much every day. They just like look at each other. Nobody attacks anybody so far yet. We also had a little Elfie statue that we saw. Planners, this was today. Got Grandma and Cloudlet just being best buddies. Stella being my workout buddy. Eating churros. Our little Elfie making a giant mess with his marshmallow bubble bath one morning. These are just like snippets from this week, not necessarily one photo a day, but I could print one of these every week and document stuff in my actual planner. And I have 2 contenders for this option. I ended up with a horizontal, it's wildflowers color. I got a horizontal spread here. And I also have the horizontal spread from my Moxie Life. And this is the one I'm leaning towards because I feel like this one gives you the most writing real estate. And I'm also going to be using the back sides of these, or the front and back sides. So like the reflection page is on the back of the weekly action page, which I love, is on the front of the weekly. So I'm still using these 2 pages, whether or not I use this spread for anything. So I thought I might as well use the spread for something, and I thought this would be a great one. And when I was measuring the 6 squares on a 4 by 6, they ended up being 2 by 2, which is too big for this square. And I think these photos are going to be perfect in the square. So I'm going to cut this down and do like a mock-up. I'm not going to glue anything down, obviously, because this is 2024. But I am kind of loving this idea, like living for this idea. It's been in my head. I've been kind of swirling it around in my head. I'm thinking, like, I got this extra planner for who knows what, and I've got stuff all over my desk. I've been organizing and redoing things, but I got this planner specifically for this coil and maybe to do some journaling in its horizontal spread. But I'm gonna compare because it looks like they might fit really good in those boxes as well, because I want this coil and I really love this cover, but I know I'm not gonna use it like all year long. So whenever I start franken-planning, I'm gonna remove this cover and put an Erin Condren cover on it, potentially, and then change out the coil. I actually don't love the Moxie Life coils. They are super stiff. Like, they're hardy, they're strong, they're too stiff, whereas these ones have a little bit more give and wiggle room. I feel like the pages turn really easily. I have trouble, like these covers kind of get stuck on here a little bit, and I just don't love how strong it is. So I probably will swap out the coil at some point or franken-plan this at some point. But for now, I'm gonna try to keep this one intact. Even though I hate the tabs, like there's so many things I love about Moxie Life. Like it's my #1 as far as goal setting, but as far as the looks of it, as far as the quality of it, the items that they use, they're just not it for me. Like I love this design. I would kill to have it on like a planner like this, a cover like this. And then I could use it on all my planners. They're 1 coil ring longer than the Erin Condren, so the Erin Condren covers don't fit great on this coil. There's just so many things. I do not like their navy grayish color. Like that's not a true neutral to me, that's blue to me. I don't like the tabs at all. I want Erin Condren tabs, Erin Condren covers, Erin Condren coil on the Moxie Life system. So I will definitely be, you know, taking this apart and franken-planning it at some point. But let's open up to each of these pages so we can cut these stickers down and play around with it. And like this spread's just not it for me. I don't end up using the weekly spreads that much because I just find them kind of blah. I don't like the color of it, where I love the color of this. And like their blue leaning paper is just too bluish for me. The paper, I like this one leans creamy, this one leans blue. It's like the difference between like a warm and cool toned white undertone paper. It's just, I don't love it. I love everything about the goal setting, the color of all of the different sections, like all of that's gorgeous and I love it, but I'm just not sold on this yet, but I think I could be if I could do photos on here. So I'm gonna chop this down real quick and then we will play around with it a little bit. I love the idea at the end of the week, just printing off a bunch of photos and being able to have it in here. So this is definitely something that's on my mind. And now I did leave the border on here and I don't really care if they're uneven a little bit. That doesn't bother me, but oh, look how good that is. So let's do one at a time and then we'll look at the other one too. And then I can maybe decide. And like this one specifically, the Wildflowers font, like I love that font. Right, also, one thing Moxie Life has going for it doesn't have those stupid monthly calendars on every single weekly page or daily page. Just don't like those little tiny monthly calendars. So these are in no particular order, although I know I took this one today. But again, this is January 2024, so it's not even this week. Oops, that's upside down. So it would be like 1 a day plus an extra or a blank space. I could put a little quote on there and have something down here as well. How cute would that be? Like, I just love it so much. I'm just toying around with this idea and I just cannot get the idea out of my head. Like I know it would make this book super thick over time, but I think this is the direction I want to go for using this because I think it would be fun to like document a little blurb each day. This is more like something that the family can look back on possibly. I'm very much toying around with this idea. Okay, next one. Let's go ahead and pull out the horizontal, which I stacked stuff on already. And this is the Erin Condren horizontal. I like the color scheme of this. Like the look of all of the lines and things on here, the fonts. These ones do not fit in the box, so it would be hanging off the box, which I'm not a huge fan of that. I feel like you get way more real estate in the other book, but I could definitely bring the borders down and make the boxes smaller if I needed to. Yeah, that doesn't look great like that. I'd have to play around with sizing. But still, like, same idea. 4 pictures, 4 pictures. I could cover up that monthly calendar if I do 8 pictures. So it's definitely an option. I probably would make them smaller on here. so that they fit better, but they actually fit really nicely in the Moxie Life. So decisions. I love the way this one looks, but again, like the other one's on the back of my goal setting pages, and that's something, again, do I want to keep something with all my goal setting pages? Because they're kind of scribbly, they're kind of written messy sometimes, the reflections are kind of personal, and I don't necessarily need that next to memory keeping stuff. And do I want to have to play around with the sizing on this to make them fit better? So many questions left. Don't exactly know the answer to that yet, but I think they fit really nicely in the Moxie Life, so I'm definitely leaning more towards Moxie Life, even though I think this one's actually way prettier, and I actually like this paper way more. So I don't know, decisions. I'll have to toy around with both of these and decide. I love the Moxie Life goal setting system. I love the Club Moxie. I love the people. I just, these tabs, ugly. Just plain old ugly to me. Whereas this one's like gorgeessimo. I just love the tabs of this. I also have the Hello Kitty version. Let's see, could be a case of something like this too. I didn't even think about this until right this minute. Oh my gosh, see, look at that. You could do a photo. Of course, like I have to trim these a little bit because the borders are hanging off the sides of some of these, but that is also very much an option. But again, like I'm not going to be writing. I'm not going to be writing in this one. Like, that would definitely be something super cute. But I don't know what I would write here. Like one thing about each kid. Have a photo and a little blurb about the photo. I don't know. I just don't like this not being lined. If it was lined all the way up, then we might be talking. I can't do the skinny columns with no lines. It just does not work for my brain. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm playing around with. I just love the size of these little cute photos. All right, I did this a little bit backwards this morning. I ended up writing out yesterday's info, and then I went to go fill up my dip pen, but I realized I already had filled up my container of water. I was really trying to be prepared this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this part and then switch out the pen, but I had already emptied it. I just need to clean it. So it's there. I'm gonna use a pink color. Let's see what we got. You know what, I kind of want to use the brunch date before I move on to everything else, but I've already used it, so it will be a dupe. Really close to the beginning. Let's see. Rose. Brunch date. Yeah, I feel like this still needs to be in the pinky brownish section. So I'm going to go ahead and dupe this one, get it out of the way, and then we'll move on to a couple of brighter pinks. Swatch. Ooh, wow, that was a lot. I love the way this one looks. Oh my God. Very busy day, so I don't have a whole lot of time to play this morning. And look at me. Finally learning not to cap it. Ink everywhere. Oh, see, I don't have any sticking to the back anymore. I'm gonna have to like light it again. This is Colorverse 80 Brush Day. Just didn't look like there was much on the back. I threw that whole thing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dump out that water and clean everything and fill up my dip pen with yesterday's color, Rose Gold Antiqua. So that is my next order of business, but there is brunch date. I mean, I have a dried sample of it already, but I wanted all the brownie, reddish, pinkish colors. So it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and I have something really fun today. I ended up writing in the Sterling Ink Facebook group asking about fountain pens, and one of the ladies reached out to me. It was super, super sweet. She offered to send me a couple of ink samples for getting started on my fountain pen journey, and she sent me 4 samples. So today I'm going to swatch them, and now I don't exactly know what book I'm going to be using for swatching in the future, but I decided I'm just going to use this one. This is a Take a Note A6, so very, very teeny tiny. I like this planner. I love the way it's laid out. I do not like the grid sizing. It's super duper teeny tiny, so this is not a planner that I'm going to be using actually. So I thought I would just do some swatching tonight because I do want to play around with these. The sweet lady's name is Sandra, and she ended up including a little note with it and talking about each color. So I will read the little description she gave me as we do this. I wanted to save this washi tape actually and stick it in my Sterling ink for tonight, but they're just 4 beautiful colors in here. I already know one of the colors that she sent. As soon as I read the name, I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the samples that I had wanted for sure. So I'm very excited. I did not recognize the other names, so they will be new to me, but there's one in here that I have seen swatched and definitely was on my list. Sorry for all the noise. So these are just the little swatch sample bottles, and I want to keep my little washing strips, so I'm just going to stick them to the side. And now, full disclosure, full disclaimer, 2 disclaimers. One, my nails manicure is not done. I have been deep cleaning and reorganizing different sections of the house, and I don't want to paint my nails and get them ruined, so I just haven't done it this week. And other disclaimer, we have had sugar ants in this room the last couple of days. Sometimes they just sneak into the house, and they may end up being in this video. I don't see any right now, but it's like I'll find 2 or 3 at a time, and it's so frustrating because I don't know exactly where they're getting in. This room has 2 exterior walls with a giant window, so they may end up being able to sneak in that way. It's also close to the front door, so they may end up sneaking through the front door and getting in here, but they are just the evilest little teeny tiny things that, yeah, sometimes they'll like crawl across my table and freak me out. But anyway, enough chit chat. I really want to dive into these colors. I'm super excited. It was super sweet of her to send these. So I have not gotten ink samples or anything before. I do have a dip pen I'm going to try out with these. And then whatever color I pick, I'm going to put in my first pen here. This is one from Amazon. I did a haul recently, but this is just a cartridge converter. You just wind it up and down, fill up your pen. So I will fill my pen with whichever choice that I pick. So I'll do that. It'll be my first time filling a pen, and I'm kind of nervous about that part of it, but this is like a $10 pen at most. So I've got that. I also can do some droplets on here, and people have used like the caps of these to make circles, which I think is really fun. I don't have like an empty one to do that with, so I may end up just taking the cap off and doing that. This is the one I was excited about. Wearingle Secret Garden. It's a shifty color, and I'm super excited about that one. Oh my gosh, I cannot say this. Irashizuku? So it's a purple. Ebony green is the color name on that one. I don't know what PR means right offhand, but she wrote me it out. Color verse Uma. So we got lots of pretty colors to work with. So let's start down the list. The Pilot Irashizuku, and I'm probably pronouncing that totally wrong. Murasaki Shiki. I couldn't tell you. I'll put it up on the screen. It's a medium purple slight shading. So I'm excited about this. This one does not have shimmer, so I do not need to agitate it at all. We're just gonna maybe use the cap here. I don't know about cleaning the cap. Is my concern with doing that. I'm gonna do 1 droplet. Ooh, I don't need that much. This is totally a new experiment here. 1 droplet. I don't even need that much. Okay. And one of the fun things is like swirling colors. I'm like excited when they mix up together. I just need more pipetters so that I don't get water in there. And yeah, we're gonna try this. Swirling it around. Oh, see, my drop was teeny tiny. That's actually really good. I was worried that it might be too much. So this is an experiment because I don't know how much to actually drop on here. I might just get more pipetters so that I can let them dry in between different things. Okay, let's swirl it. Okay, there we go. There's like a nice ink swirlage. I'm totally new to all this, so forgive me for my not knowing exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, there's my swirl. That's going to dry, and I want to write. And I'm a lefty, so I'm going to be writing sideways here. I'm going to just write the name of it. Again, I don't even know how far to dip the dip pen in. I don't know anything about this, so it might turn out very badly. I feel like this is very scratchy because I'm used to like pressing really hard. So yeah, this is all over the place. It writes smooth, but I'm definitely not used to not pressing down, and I like the coloring I'm getting here. People always do like different marks everywhere. I've seen people do little diamonds, color them in. I don't know, I'm just trying to use up the ink until it runs out. I've seen lots of these, and I'm not very good at like doing these designs. Some people make leaves, hearts, and do a star. I don't know what my actual swatching is gonna look like. This is just trying to use up what's on my pen here. Drying up. Okay, that's all I can do with that one. I'm going to cap this before I spill it. I probably should have capped it already and not just held on to it the whole time. Okay, so I need to figure out how much I should dip the pen, first of all, because that is very, very dark right there, too much. And then everything else started getting lighter and lighter. I like the differences in colors. It looks very, very beautiful in purple. I love it, so that's a really good one. My pen, and then we will move on to the next one. Just got this glass one off Amazon. Again, not sure it's even very good. This one is from Private Reserve Ebony Green. So this is a deep forest green with medium shading. And I'm excited to try it out. I really like these rich colors. All right. Give a decent sized drop there. Like, that's one of my favorite parts, is like the ink spread in the water. That's fun. Okay. Let's swirl it. That's like half the fun. Oh, you guys, you can't even see it. Look at that. The colors mixing together look really cool. Okay. And I am going to dip my pen and then cap this back. Like, again, I don't know how much to dip, how much to wipe off the edge. All right, next one we're going to do is the Colorverse Uma, which is a cool toned neutral gray. Very excited about this. Well, you guys can see all this. Make sure I'm still on the screen. We're going to pipette this. It does look really pretty. I love gray. Lay my paper a little bit flat. I actually really like the color of the water. So pretty. Okay. That one. Ooh, that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. I feel like it's got a little bit like greenish undertones with it. Super pretty. All right. I should probably cap it before I'm doing all the writing. Yeah, it definitely leans very greenish, and I love that one. I might end up using that one. This is the one I'm most excited about. This is a shimmer ink, so I do need to swirl this one a little bit. Let me get my pen ready. You can see all the shimmer on the bottom there. It says, this is the Wearingeul Secret Garden Green with a rose gold glitter shimmer. And I can definitely see it on the bottom there. And I know you're not supposed to shake it, get bubbles, but it's alright for this. Just dip in a dip pen, not filling up anything. Okay. I will draw ink from further down. We get some good shimmer on that. I'm most excited about shimmer inks, really, and the ones that have shading. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay. I do agree that the caps make it super easy for ink swatching. All right, do I need to recap? Yeah, okay, I already need to recap. Hopefully I got some shimmer in there. I swirled it pretty good. And the thing with the shimmer inks is you do have to agitate quite a bit to keep everything flowing and moving. All right, this one I'm excited about. Let's dip that dip in. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna get it all over my hand. I'm interested to see how much shimmer I picked up on this dip pen. Done with that one. And I can already see some rose gold shimmer coming out. So let's look at these. I am super excited about all of these colors actually. You can see that. So still waiting on this to completely dry. This one's still a little bit wet as well. I feel like this one is already dry. It definitely has like a sheen to it. Let's see, does it say anything? Oh yeah, I have ink all over me. I do have baby wipes, but I'm not sure it's gonna really help with that. Something really cool in the darkest spot. Oh, actually the ink came off pretty decently. I still have like a green tinge to my finger there. I'm super excited about this one too, ebony green. It's just a really beautiful, almost teal leaning green. All in all, I am super impressed. So I think I'm going to fill up my pen. I don't want to start with a shimmer because I'm a little nervous about that, but I think I'm going to fill up my pen with the Colorverse Uma. I think that one's really pretty. These ones are also beautiful, and the shimmer of course is beautiful. Love, love, love the shimmer you get on the writing. Like as you write more, you get less and less shimmer, but there's lots of shimmer in this whole section. So that is super exciting. Love all these colors. She did a really good job picking out colors for me. I'm super excited about these. Thank you so much, Sandra. I love, love, love them. I'm gonna have so much fun playing around with it. And this actually is a kind of a cute little swatch book. I can do a color per day, and then the weekly overview is also a spot that could be a color. This might work out really good actually as a little tiny swatch book while I'm just playing around and looking at what the colors look like. I love that Secret Garden. So pretty with the rose gold there. Super pretty. I'm so excited about this. This is just the beginning of my ink journey. So for fear of really, really embarrassing myself, I think I should fill this up not on camera, but I'm gonna fill it up, I think, with the Colorverse. Really, really pretty. So there you go. There is my little ink swatching. I hope you guys like this look. I don't know like what things I'm going to be writing on my ink swatches. I definitely do not like the glass dip pen. I don't know, I find it really scratchy and something about it is off-putting. So I definitely am in the market for a different dip pen. If you guys have recommendations, let me know. I'm really trying not to spend too much, but there is one dip pen on my list that for sure I'm gonna get. Otherwise, I don't know, I don't love it. I don't love the feel of holding it. It's just not my favorite, not my jam. But otherwise, I'm super excited to fill this up and start journaling with that color. And I'll like see how long I can get from filling this up just a little bit. I'm not used to it winding off. So I probably won't fill it up all the way. I'll still have some ink. Just wind it up a little bit and get a little bit of ink in there. Alrighty, it is the next day. Everything's completely dry. I have thoughts, and clearly I had lots of trouble inking up my pen. I filled it up, I dipped the tip, filled it up. It looked like there was plenty of ink in it, and then for some reason it was just not writing that well. And so I had to play around with it. I kind of bent the tip a little bit, like forward and back, to see if I could get a better flow from it, and finally ended up getting a decent enough flow that I feel like it's okay. But yeah, it was like painful trying to get that pen to start working. I'm like, I know there's ink in here. I don't know what I did wrong. Yeah, beginner problems. But I wanted to come back and show you guys the swatches. I just love the way these look. Look at that shimmer on that rose gold, on the Wearing Gold Secret Garden. I did end up using the Uma from Colorverse to fill up my pen, and loved the way it ended up looking once I finally figured out how to use it. Fail all around as far as like trying out the pen itself. Like the dip pens, I ended up getting really dark parts at the beginning. I don't exactly know how much ink to put on it. It's just gonna be all a test game, figuring out things, but I just love, love, love the way they look. I love the darker sections. It's just so beautiful. Today we have another giveaway. This is just going to be one winner giveaway today. This is a notepad from Sprouted Planner. I have gushed and gushed about the other one that I received from them. They are hard backed like a clipboard, so you can leave it and hold it like this. You could use this for grocery list, to-do list. It's got 4 different sections, and I love the other one, and I've used the other one a ton, but I haven't been using this one, so I thought I would give it away to somebody who could use it. And it's really fun. They just tear off, and it's just a really nice quality product. So I'm going to have the Rafflecopter and legal information over there. You can enter and get bonus entries if you want to. I hope you guys enjoy all the giveaways and all the fun for Vlogmas. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me along, and I will catch you next time. Bye!